Believe none of what you hear.
It is the
and half of what you see.
that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
People are so brainwashed.
Dear woke person, pay attention. FYI. Asians are racist towards black people too.
Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
Yes, Asians, both Arabs and Indians, are racist towards black people too. Here are some examples.
Number 1.
Gandhi. If Gandhi was a white person, you could safely say he was Hitler. That's how racist Gandhi was. Gandhi was so racist that he joined the South African army so he can kill Zulus without consequences, without being put in prison for murder. That's how racist he was. Gandhi was the editor of a newspaper, and you could read his comments and his views towards black people in those newspapers. This man was deeply racist. Racist to the point where he wanted to kill black people. There's an individual example. Here's an institutional example.
Number 2.
In India, you have what you call the caste system. It's an informal cultural system which judges people on how dark or how light they are. The lighter you are, the higher in society you can go. The darker you are an untouchable.
Forgive me for not shaking hands.
That
I
is
don't wanna get too
institutional
close.
racism. This caste system is prevalent throughout the whole of India. Yes, not all Indian people or Asian people adhere to the caste system. Not all Indian or Asian people hold the views of Gandhi. But their society sees Gandhi as an icon. And many of them do adhere to the caste system. Let's move to the Arabs.
Number 3.
It was the Arabs, after converting to Islam, who institutionalized the structure of racism.
Wanna know what you meant by that?
It means Muslims, Arabs, started slavery. They practiced slavery for 1,000 years before the Europeans got involved into it. And when the Europeans got involved into slavery, it was the Arabs, it was the Muslims in Africa who were capturing Africans and then selling them to Europeans.
How much you want? Not 200.
The word, the name for Africans in Arabic is Abid or Abid. Abid or Abid means slave. So the very name they call us is slave. Could you imagine a white person walking down the road and saying, "Hey slave, come here"? Come here, boy! This is the level of racism institutionalized into the language and into the culture of Arabs stroke Muslims.
Shukran.
So dear woke person, the next time an Asian from the BAME category comes and says something about the black person, don't play silly. Don't make out like, well, they're brown so they're down, and if it's a brown person saying it then it must be true, because Asians are racists too.
Black Think Tank.
Let me tell you a quick story before I end this. I was called in to help a little black girl in a private school, 10-year-old black girl in a private school. Now, we didn't know at the time, but what happened is the Indian parents at this private school decided they were going to get rid of this black girl from the school for the simple fact they didn't want black people in the school.
See this? That means not welcome.
So they concocted a letter and sent it to the white teaching staff at the school. The white teaching staff took it serious because they were brown people sending in a letter about a fellow BAME person. We got to the bottom of it, we sorted it out, but we still left the school. But what we have here is structural racism from Asians exploiting structural racism in white people to disadvantage a little black girl. Asians are racist too. Dear black people, until we can see ourselves as other people see us, nothing will change. This is Black Think Tank. Tell us what you think.
Black Think Tank.